Peace. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of what we're now going to call Misplaced Cinematography. Why misplaced cinematography? Well, here's the thing. My art focuses on finding beauty where no one else wants to look. In fact, I have a quote on my wall that says, "Choose to see beauty where no one else dares look." My goal is to find beauty where no one else wants to look for it, or where no one else thinks to look for it. My goal is to be enraptured, filled with wonder at the small things in life, little things. I have feathers all over my wall, which I'll tell you why feathers are important some other time, which I feel like I've already hinted at. Anyways, so the goal is, I want this vlog to be very cinematic if I can. Right now it's not there, I'm still working on building up to that, but that's kind of my end goal, is to make this look and make all my shots beautiful. Even if it's something as silly as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I wind up interacting with a lot of people. Not all of them I can just video. I'm going to try to get better at that. But I want to show you how beautiful people can be. I want to show the world how beautiful things are, even when they don't look that way. So this is called Misplaced Cinematography. Because not only is it going to be cinematic in strange situations, but I also want it to have the feel of cinematography, something that takes the normal and makes it beautiful. I want it to have that feel even when people don't think about making things beautiful, even when I'm riding my bike to class, riding my bike to meet someone, playing my ukulele, making a new art project. Every random thing that comes across my life, I want to find ways to make shots of that make it look beautiful. Not just shots, but also build that feeling of finding wonder in the world. My Instagram is Jesse and Wonder. Check it out. That's where a lot of my work gets put. And it's built on that same premise. Being in wonder, choosing to be in wonder. Another big thing for me is choice. The fact that you get to choose. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to enjoy something. You can choose what you're going to do in life, and you can choose how that affects you. Okay, rant over. But today, what we're gonna do is, at least for part of it, I'm gonna show you around my room. I feel like a room says a lot about someone, and this is a time for me to be vulnerable, show you guys what my life looks like. As you already know, I'm an artist. I can draw, but that's not my main thing. I work in photography and video, with a little bit of poetry, and that's where my life lies, so it's all over my room. I'm also minimalist, except when it comes to art. I have art all over my walls, but I try to keep everything to an absolute minimum. In fact, I'm thinking about trying to live in my car as part of an experiment, which, as you get to know me, you'll learn that that's not the strangest thing I've done, or not the strangest move for me. But anyways, let's take a look around. So this is my room. There's my bed. I used to sleep on the floor, but somebody gave me a bed, and it was kind of an offer I couldn't refuse, mostly because they said if I didn't want it, I would have to get rid of it, and at that point it wasn't really worth it to get rid of it just to keep sleeping on the floor. I've got a lot of camera stuff out. This is my most used stuff, not all of it, but that's okay. This pile is my work. Some of it is academic journals, stuff that I work through for I study emerging media, so it's all about how things affect culture. My wall is where I keep my art. Sometimes other people's art, but mostly my art. I have the whole thing interspersed with quotes. Some of them are things that I wrote, some of them are things that I've found. These are things that really inspire me and that I feel like help make up who I am as a person. It says, "It's time to forsake the idea of safety at all costs." I like this because it can be taken both ways. Forsaking at all costs and forsaking safety at all costs. Two ideas wrapped up in one beautiful statement. The next one, the more broken you are, the more light shines through. This is beautiful. As you get to know me, this will mean more. Choose to see beauty where no one else dares look. Sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider he has thrown into the sea. Which this sounds really vicious and aggressive, but to me it speaks of hope and a God that's for us and on our side. The horse and his rider, in this case, means to me the troubles that we face in life. The rough spots and the really hard things that we go through. God is there and he will take care of them. He will cast our troubles into the sea. You will never have enough of something you don't really want. This is something that inspires me. I heard it in the documentary Minimalism. Shout out to the guys who created that. This is a really important idea, all about the fact that, like, if we're collecting stuff that doesn't actually get to what we want in life or who we are, we're never going to be happy with more of it. And then finally, one of my good friends, they called me what I didn't feel like I was. I feel like now I need to be that person. I need to call people into living when they are dead. I need to tell people that they are when they are not. And this also sounds a little bit weird, but it speaks to the idea of bringing people out of their misery and their hardship. Not in like telling them, suck it up, shut up, it's not that big a deal, but being there for them and telling them, you can do this. You are here, I've seen who you are, I've seen what God created you to be, and you got this, and God's got you. Around my room I have a lot of blankets. Blankets mean home and hospitality to me. That's the one thing you can do to make a place feel like home. A bunch of people come over, maybe you want to watch a movie, maybe you want to hang out, play games, but the way you make it feel like a home, give people blankets. Be abnormal, wear blankets when you're not supposed to wear blankets. And that's pretty cool. It makes it comfortable and warm. We also keep our apartment pretty cold, partially so that you can use blankets, but partially just because my roommate likes it cold. And then I've got my camera charging, my bags. This is my camera bag that I take most places. If I'm just going on a quick trip and don't need anything, can just throw my A7 in my bag. I take the smaller one. This pile back here, kind of ashamed of that. That doesn't usually belong there, but that's all stuff that I'm trying to sell. If you want anything, hit me up. These are some works. It's a really cool style. All you need is a compass and a straight edge, and how you draw the circles and squares and everything builds these amazing patterns that you don't even need to measure anything for. So those are pretty cool. This piece is a collage slash mosaic of different shades of gray that are copying a picture that I took. These are a couple drawings that I did for a class. They're charcoal or graphite. Some of them are a combination of both. Just about buildings, architecture. This one is a stippling project that I did. It took 21 hours, just some snails going over wood. I got this idea off of a picture that I found and turned it into a stippling piece. This Rogue Squad poster is just something from my small group 2 years ago that I led with a friend. We have a party at the end of the year every time, and each group makes a poster, and this was ours. This is my color wheel for design class. This one is the only one that was not created by me, and it is from a friend who gave it to me as a gift when I reconnected with them after a long time. I have this cross. My parents gave it to me right before I moved away for college, so it still hangs on my wall even though it's not really my style anymore. I have feathers all over my wall. Again, I love feathers. I will explain that in another video just because it's a little bit too long for now. But that's why I have a drawing of a feather and real feathers all over the place. Here I have a Deep Space laser gun toy, and this, along with 2 lottery coins and a key, all came from a burned out gas station that I found. The gas station really spoke to me because it was someone's whole livelihood. It was their life, and it had been destroyed, and it was really surreal to be walking among the fallen timbers and the soaked ground with all of the water that was probably used to fix the fire, but soaked and ruined everything. Everything was destroyed, and so it was really powerful to get to walk in and among that and see everything falling apart. And yet there were still keys, there were still toys, there were still these symbols of childhood happiness and innocence. This piece is by a blind artist that uses textured paints, which was pretty cool. This is me and my ex-girlfriend, but I care about memories and I don't regret anything, so shout out to her. These are a couple of pieces. They're called ekphrasis. They're poems about other paintings. Shout out to Sebastian Pierre. He's one of my favorite artists, and he actually is from my hometown. So it's pretty cool. And he did a couple of works. One of them was called Tango Girl, and the other is called Wheatfield. And I created these poems based off of that. I might make prints and sell them at some point. Well, obviously I have prints, but anyways. This is a souvenir that my friend brought me from Nicaragua. She was from Nicaragua, and this was a long time ago, but she gave it to me to remember, so I kept it. And I like having it on my wall and looking at that and remembering our adventures. These dollars are really cool because they were given to me by a homeless person actually when I was living on the streets, traveling across the country. And I saved them. It was really powerful to me because that was all he had in that moment, and he wouldn't let me leave without them. He reached in his pocket and he said, "You're doing something good. Here's this. If you were doing anything else, I wouldn't give you shit." And the thing is, I didn't even ask him for anything. In fact, I fought pretty hard and didn't want to take his money. That was all he had. At least on him at the moment. That's what it looked like. But he made me take them and leave. And so I kept them and I saved them. I put them in my pocket exactly as they were. I didn't smooth them out. I saved them and preserved them just like they are, and then framed them and kept them as a memory of what good people, of what humanity, of what the world looks like, of how there's still so much good. Okay, this is a hashtag project. I was following hashtag Day of Facts, which happened last year, and the movement was to like support libraries and museums, but there were also some people putting some really passionate stuff on there that were sometimes really racist or provocative or just really not great things. And so I took some of those and I made visual representations of each one, and I put them together in this photo series. This is a photo essay that I did about what homeless people go through. I had noticed a lot of homeless people living on the trains, like sleeping on the trains at night, and so I decided to take a day and go sleep on the trains for a night, spend a night there, talk with people, see what could happen. And so these are all pictures of trying to paint a picture of that environment, and then also taking a stream of consciousness from a guy that I talked to from like 1 in the morning till like 3 in the morning. And then of course my ukulele, a couple test strips from my photo essay, and that concludes the art on my wall. Share my life, left brain, boys, B-O-I-C-E, power, P-O-W-E-R, speak, S-T-E-A-K, truth, T-R-U-T-H, light, M-I-G-H-T. Now say, I'm gonna let it shine. One more time, light, M-I-G-H-T, and I'm gonna let it shine. The question, who has the power?
Where I'm from, man, they living lawless. And it's wrong when people die from natural causes because people getting clapped.
What's up, guys? That was pretty lit. My ears are a little bit ringing still. Alright, we gotta head off to the next one. But this is great. Check out DaVerse Lounge if you ever want something to check out, something to see. These kids start talking about crazy stuff happening in their neighborhoods. Got people dancing, people coming together from all over the place, all different walks. It's pretty legit. The DaVerse Lounge was lit. Like, imagine the definition of that word, then blow it up with firecrackers. Like, it was lit. Okay, now we're gonna go play Murder in the Dark with some people from Focus, which is a group I'm part of. Peace and love, always.